And hello. This is the podcast. My name is Human Abasi. I'm here today with the all too intelligent Anton Bondarenko.
What up?
What up, bro?
You have to also mention that this is your first remote podcast.
That's
as far
right.
as I'm aware, right?
Live and direct from California.
On location.
Yeah.
On location.
Yeah. I came down here to see Hunter. Bro, he was like...
Bro, it's not about Hunter today. It's about Skylar and his girlfriend, Bethany.
Dude, Bethany, like, she's cute, you know what I mean? But, like, bro, I can't really, like, that's not the type of girl I like. Like, you know me, bro. Like, I like girls that, like, you're cute, but you could also, like, I don't know, drink a beer, like, just hang out, you know?
Right, for sure.
But, like,
for
Bethany,
sure, bro.
like, she's Bethany, I don't know about her, you know?
I know, man. Last night, Tanner decided to crush up a horsebill bike, and Bethany was like, no way am I doing that. And I was like,
She's such a bitch.
chill out, Bethany.
Chill out, Bethany. We also have Hunter and Skylar
And don't forget Mason.
Mason with us today, so they might be chiming in.
Yeah, there's a number of characters that might be joining with. Kaboom!
Kaboom!
But they can't see the motion.
They can't.
Are we casting?
We're live.
We're live and
We're
direct,
live, dude.
baby. Come on in. We just started, so. In fact,
Yeah,
if
we're
you
gonna
grab
have
a
to share
chair, you
mics.
can sit right here and you can just go with us.
I gotta wait.
Are you totally
Well, we'll talk
naked
in
under
the
that towel?
meantime.
Oh, yeah.
All right, perfect podcasting clothes.
That's right.
Get on in there, Chisel.
What are we talking about?
Nothing
Zero
so far.
topics
We're
have
just,
been
We've
come
just
up.
started.
Who man just lets it
why don't we talk
roll?
about the comedians we're gonna see tonight?
Well, we don't
Alright.
know them.
Exactly. I mean, that's a good start, right? We don't know that.
I feel like if I say something, I might ruin it.
Just say
You've seen Bobby Lee before, right?
Yeah.
Well, last time I saw him,
Yeah.
I saw him do the coolest thing. I almost don't want to tell you guys
No,
because
don't
he might
tell
do it
us.
today.
No, what do you do? Tell
You want
us.
to say it?
Yeah.
Okay. He picked up a chair with his teeth and flipped it over the back of his head.
Now, hold on a second. With his teeth.
Yes. He picked up a chair with his mouth. A chair and flipped it over his head.
Orthodontist wasn't impressed.
Well, he is Asian, so it's like a ninja move.
Whoa, wait a minute. He's Asian?
We say some questionable things on this podcast.
How often do you see an Asian guy pick up a chair with his teeth?
How often do you see anyone pick up a chair with their
Jackie
teeth?
Chan. Well,
Yeah.
it's in the scene.
Chance, go dry
Bobby Lee
yourself
is no
off,
ordinary
man.
Asian.
Go dry yourself off, man. Straight from the shower, ladies and gentlemen. Live and direct, we have Chance Percival.
Should we preface this with a brief like recap of what we've been through before we got on these mics? Because we've been through a
days
lot.
of binge drinking in California with Chance
through a
Percival,
lot.
Anton. No.
No
We could-
prefacing.
What is there to preface? If you make it quick.
So Chance went into space and kind of came back down,
Yep.
but he's not totally back down yet.
No. Our friend Chance, he's a very great guy. Great guy, but when he drinks, he becomes something else. And it's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing. He just
It's a thing. It's what it is.
He's just loony. He's loony. He's loony.
He's a loony bin.
He is a loony bin. He's kind of crazy. I don't even know how else to say it.
So we've been dealing with that for almost 24 hours straight now. To be honest,
I'm gonna tell this story at lunch tomorrow. Help me.
Which story?
The Chance disappearing. So we went to get lunch today, and Chance, to apologize, gave us his card and said, hey, buy the lunch. So we go to get the lunch. You pay up front. They bring the food in like 10, 15 minutes, but Chance had to pee. So he leaves, and he says,
He bolted
just
out
leaves.
of there.
He goes,
Yeah.
I have to pee. There's too much of a line here. I got to go.
I thought he had to poop.
Yeah, just pee, it turns out.
It was more of a poop run. Like,
It was.
It was a poop emergency run. Like,
It looked like a
peeing
poop.
is never, like, you can always find a little alley or something,
Yeah,
you know?
you could
Only a
hold it.
poop would, like, warrant that kind of panic, you know?
So we sit down, we get our little number, and we get our food, and me and Tony are just sitting there eating on Chance's dollar, and we're like, well, we don't know where he is.
Yeah,
We
it was
call
nice
him-
knowing him. Like, he
Yeah.
was a good friend. We're done with our food.
We call
He's-
him
he's
4 or
still
5
not there.
times, nothing.
Yeah. And what we realized is that Chance is easily swayed by the female. I mean, by realized, I say that very lightly because I think we all already knew it.
So he comes back to the table like literally 30 minutes, maybe even 40. And he's like, you guys, I went to the store and I really had to pee, so I used their restroom, but I felt bad not buying anything, so I bought a T-shirt for my girlfriend. I think she's really going to like it. Mind you, he lives in Denver, so he's buying something for his girlfriend in California.
So
Bust it out.
Yeah, here comes the big reveal. Reveal. Chance is gone for 45 minutes.
He spent $50 on this T-shirt.
He spends $50 on a T-shirt. We're excited. We're thinking, well, that's a good use of time, Chance. Like, I thought you maybe went to get a drink at a bar. Like, he did something really selfless. Like, this is great.
Blue T-shirts. he pulls it out with the biggest prideful smile.
Oh, yes.
The pride on his face when he pulled out that blue T-shirt.
It didn't say like California, LA. It was not even like a touristy.
No,
it was just a plain blue T-shirt.
Plain blue
He's
T-shirt.
listening to all of this around the corner. He's crying back there, probably
I'm
hearing
surprised
it.
he's not yelling right now. Chance, why aren't you doing your yelling thing?
Oh, he must be really upset. He didn't answer.
Wow, what's going on?
Well, I got to tell you the subsequent line of questioning. Well, you were there when I asked, "Is blue Brooke's favorite color?"
No.
He said, "I don't know." Then later. Yes, that's what you said. And then I think when you walked away, when you went to the bathroom,
it's purple.
He said,
I do know it's purple.
And then when you walked away,
yeah.
He said, "I hope medium is her size." So we don't know that we don't know that one either for sure.
This
We
is
don't know.
hilarious.
We don't know what the size. Sure, she will.
You didn't do
Sure
anything
she will.
wrong.
Oh, you mean she'll be one of the 10 listeners?
Oh, Chance just said,
Here
"Oh,
come
she'll
the
be one of
shots.
the
Here come the shots coming back.
He's just jealous that he doesn't have a microphone.
Chance, feel free to hop on any one of these mics
let
and
him dry off.
speak your
Let
view.
him dry off, So yeah, moving forward, I guess.
Well,
I love how I'm material.
define moving forward.
Material.
Human, I feel like your dream on this trip
Yes.
was to go to Uncle John's
Yes.
or Uncle Johnny's.
Correct. Yes. It's a restaurant. Yeah.
And it's the only way it's going to happen is
It's
if
not
you
gonna
and I
happen.
get up early tomorrow.
I
No.
want to sleep in.
But you said to me at one point that my only requirement for this trip.
non-negotiable.
Yeah.
It was at one time non-negotiable, but I've loosened up on it.
So
Because it's just out of the way. It just is.
it is out of the way.
It broke
Unless
my-
we did the downtown bars.
Today,
I thought we'd have a downtown
when you
bar
did your
day.
Google search today, and it said it closes at 3, my heart broke a little bit.
You handled it well.
No, inside I was crying for like the first
No,
3-4
externally you
minutes.
acted.
I was
You,
like, oh,
you suppressed your
it
feelings.
hurt. But we did the best we could, and it didn't happen, But in life, you have to be flexible. I'm learning when you go on trips with people,
For sure.
In the past, I used to be very more domineering. I don't know if you've noticed that in me. I'm trying to be just more go with the flow. But I feel in the past,
I felt
like,
that from you this trip. I'd say, yeah.
like just more passive.
Yeah.
Like especially in the early years when we went to Vegas, like I wanted to do everything and I thought I knew best. And then I've learned, just chill, trust your friends, And then the worst feeling is like when you make a choice and everyone shits on it.
Right. Well, I feel like I got the things I wanted on this trip. Like I really wanted for us to like go to the beach and ride birds and stuff,
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
did that, and that was
Yeah, it was a good.
my dream.
It's been a very,
my dream was
very,
realized.
very fun trip, and we still have one more night left.
Shall.
Rally.
Yeah, dude. Grab a drink, man.
Yeah, man. What are we gonna drink tonight?
I'm gonna start with a Stella,
Because we
And
don't
then
have
another
much JMO
Stella.
left. I wonder if I should.
and then maybe another Stella.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a 2-drink minimum at the club,
Oh, well, there you go.
so we're gonna be
Fuckers.
drinking.
You see how they do that?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I
need
think we need Chance.
Wild card.
Let's talk about online dating with Chance Percival. I've always wanted to do that segment. Because he's very smart at that kind of stuff. So, Tony, do you have any
Whoa.
questions for Chance Percival and online dating?
Lots.
Because he's truly an expert, and I think it's important to have experts
Oh,
on the show.
I only have questions.
Chance, pull up a chair.
Chance.
Let me start. Would you say you are an online dating expert?
Definitely not.
See how smooth he is?
That's part of the expertise.
I think to be an online dating expert, you've got to be doing it for a long time.
Which you have. Which you have.
Would you say you're good at online dating?
Actually, I wouldn't even say that. I would say I just know the rhythm of how to online date. I know the patterns, and I know what to expect and not to expect.
Okay, can you say a
I
little
actually met my current girlfriend online dating, but I have to shout out to Hinge because it's the best one so far.
more? Okay. So let me rewind a little bit. No, keep the mic.
Well, I just want to say something really quick, and then we could do the rewind thing. The reason I'm bringing this up is I think there's a lot of young men out there that could take some advice. You know, that's all. It's like providing a service. I think some guys could.
I could take some advice.
Right. So that's why I bring this up. It's
I'm
like
I'm a young man that could take some advice. First of all, my first question is, what was your first dating app? First online dating app or website that you tried?
I think most people.
Tinder?
Yeah.
It was Tinder for you.
Yeah. I think like most people, it's Tinder.
Okay. What is your opinion of Tinder now?
I think Tinder has become a slut. Like, Tinder is not good for online dating. It's just good for a quick fix. Tinder opened the doors to dating apps, and I think other apps have done it much, much better.
Okay. Second question for me, very important. What do you think is the most important, or what are the most important aspects to convey in a Tinder-like profile? I don't know what Hinge looks like, but I imagine it's also very brief. It's not an extended profile like a Match or eHarmony. What do you convey?
I really like Hinge because it's photocentric, right? But it's a vertical photocentric profile. So you're just scrolling up and down on someone's profile. So say like you just want to like check out more about a certain female or match, and I like Hinge because you just go up and down and it's just like 3 broad hilarious questions like where we can find you at a party, petting the dog, mixing the drinks, on the dance floor, you know? Like, and it makes it very easy to approach with those questions, and you don't have to match. You can just respond. You can just reply. And actually, if we had a match, I probably never would have met Brooke. You had to just reply, and like she can see that I replied, and she can see my reply, and then she can decide whether or not to go from there. But at least I can like actually talk to her without having to match, because I think the whole matching thing, it's just not very convenient.
Okay.
Like having to match to talk to someone is kind of shitty.
Yes, but that's not. Is that how the rest of those apps are set up?
Most of them work.
For Hinge?
That's how most of the matching ones work. Actually, Bumble, and if you're listening, Bumble creators, you guys fucking suck. But Bumble is my least favorite.
Dude, you just lost a sponsor. God
damn it, Chance.
Bumble can suck a cock.
Hold on. We got to go to a quick commercial break. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. This is the podcast. Our sponsors today is brought to you by Bumble. Looking for a partner, long-term, short-term, go to bumble.com and get the app. Make sure to smile and send some pictures. Bumble.com. Back to the podcast.
Also, it sounds like a fucking like bee. Don't you think of it like a girl in a big bee suit?
Well, they make some good double entendres with like the hive. You have another buzz in the hive or something like that.
Oh.
Pretty much a penis.
Yeah, dude, talk into it.
As long as my lips don't touch it.
Yeah. Comedians will use this as a phallus all the time.
It's quite a phallus.
Louis C.K. used it as a phallus
In
in that bit, you know, where he's like, imagine if I just stuck a dick in my mouth for 30 seconds.
Yeah, but that bit was too long. Louis C.K., that bit was too long. If you ever listen to this in your life,
yeah, it's pretty long.
It's a long bit about sucking cock.
All right, I'm going to get a beer.
Okay. All right, Chance. So what do you think, what's like some good advice for someone who's online dating for the first time?
It's a numbers game.
Okay, so swipe.
No. I mean, expect to put some time into it like everything else that's worth having.
Right. Like, I realized when I first started it, I wouldn't get a partner or a match for, like, a long time. Should we take a break, Tony? Stop it? And no? Keep going? Okay, cool. I wouldn't mind taking a 15-minute break. Okay, cool. All right.
Why do you think that is, that you wouldn't get a match for a long time?
I don't know. I don't know if it's just, like, a numbers game or if
You're
I was doing something.
Guy?
I know, so that's what...
Right? You got some good pictures?
like
Probably because of your profile. Your profile is terribly done.
I put a lot of time and effort
I think
into
it's
it.
half-assed.
What did your profile say? What was the verbiage?
Honestly, my main profile pic recently that got a lot of attention was that one you took on the rooftop of my place, like where I'm just looking off
stoic,
into
the stoic look.
The stoic look.
But what about the verbiage in your profile?
I think just the more mysterious you can be, the better off you're going to be. So like if there's questions and you can give it like a real but mysterious answer, you're better off than just being like, I like dogs, you know?
Yeah, just hold back a little bit.
Right.
Always give
hold back a lot.
them a little carrot to chase. You know what I'm saying, Tony?
Girls aren't gonna like. They're not gonna chase you if you have nothing that they don't already know.
Yeah.
Mysterious is the key to the game.
Very cool.
You're so mysterious, Chance.
I'm not. But Hinge, I would gladly say Hinge is my favorite dating app. Hinge, thank you very much for having me meet my current girlfriend.
What was your worst online dating experience? I can tell you mine real quick. I've told the story a few times, but I met this girl, and she looked super hot in all her pictures. I found her Instagram. She looked good in all her pictures. I found her Facebook. She looked good in all her pictures. We're like We're like Tindering, whatever, Tinder messaging for like a long time, like a month, because she was out of town, I was out of town, and like just talking a lot. And then I finally meet her for brunch, and she was like 20 pounds overweight.
Yeah.
Didn't dress very nice.
Just 20?
She just didn't look good. She didn't look very nice. She didn't have a very good personality.
Yeah.
On Tinder, she had a great personality. It's like a waste of a month, you know? So what was your worst experience?
I would have to say it wasn't the looks, honestly.
And that's why I love meeting women in real life, because you get a better vibe, you know? But sorry, go on.
No, but right. No, you're right. Meeting women in real
I
life
totally agree with that.
is the way to do it.
Yeah.
You can learn more.
That being said, don't be afraid of the online apps because they have access to beautiful women, especially in LA. So don't be afraid.
For sure. But here's the thing, man. I've never tried the apps. I've tried the website. Well, I've tried OkCupid. I've only tried one website.
You've never tried the apps?
I've never tried
it's
Tinder.
It's about time you get on that horse.
Sure.
It's about time.
So I actually downloaded
Hinge.
Tinder. I downloaded Tinder.
No, let's do Hinge. Let's do your Hinge tonight.
No, because so didn't you say it goes through your Facebook friends? I don't want any of that. Like I don't want connections to people I know. I want a stranger in the dark. That's what I want.
That's how they all are now.
But
Dude,
Chance, hold on. Let
Brooke
me
and
explain to you my
I had
problem
no
with online dating.
Facebook friends.
Okay, I thought that's the only way you can match is through
they eventually go to.
Okay, it eventually goes to random people.
Yeah.
Randos.
Well, I mean,
It's all about randos.
I gotta tell you
my problem
a story,
with OkCupid. I just want to say this one thing and then I'll show you. Is with OkCupid, I felt like I spent all this time working, like trying to chisel a perfect profile.
Right.
Like writing descriptions.
And all they care about is that beautiful face of yours.
Sure. Well, that's the thing is it's very hard for your profile to even get looked at, and it seems like a lot of that trying to type up things about yourself is really meaningless, and that's why I was really discouraged from online dating. But the app thing seems to be much more like it's more blatant to be that it's picture oriented, which is how our sexuality really works. So in that sense, it makes sense.
So let me piggyback off what you're just saying. That's why I like Hinge, because it's not profile, like huge bios. It's just you answer 3 questions and you have beautiful pictures of yourself. That's all it is. You just scroll up and down and you've got 3 questions that someone's answered. And like,
what were your questions?
So the ones that I answered was, where do you find you at a party? On the dance floor.
Nice, good answer. Good answer.
We're not playing Family Feud. Or
good answer.
We?
Good answer. Good answer.
Anyway, but the point is, like, you got to make sure that you just pick the best questions, and that way.
What were your other 2 questions and answers?
Another one was, what is your favorite TV show?
And what'd you say?
It was actually, what's your favorite cartoon when you were a kid? And I said Spider-Man because I love Spider-Man. And I think Brooke has long and forgotten that answer. Like she doesn't care about the Spider-Man. But the point is that was one of the questions.
And the third?
I think the third was, if you could go anywhere in the world, money was not an issue, where would you go? I said Bora Bora just because I love like the islands and like just the sand and beach and shit. But the point is, let's get back to Hinge.
Let's back up.
Hold on. We haven't even gotten to the worst date though.
Okay,
so we want to listen to the worst date?
I definitely do.
Okay.
I definitely do.
But it's not the worst. It's the worst because it's just really bad, unfortunate timing.
Okay.
So, this was a date. Her name was Randy, R-A-N-D-I, which is interesting enough. Probably the most unique girl's name I've ever like encountered, because it's Randy with an I. It's weird. Have you ever dated a Randy?
No.
Have you ever dated a Randy?
Haven't even heard that name before.
Right. So it's a Randy with an I. And she was cute enough, and she was just like her pictures, like cute, whatever. And so I was like, hey, you know, how you doing? And then I like, let me get us 2 drinks. I get us 2 drinks, and I come and sit down, and then like, we just start talking, and like 5 minutes into it, I'm like, so, you know, blah 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 blah. And then she asked me like, what's your like favorite like travel experience? And I start talking, and as I start talking, she just like starts bawling like. Like just crying, just uncontrollably crying, and I'm like, yeah, I don't like that place either.
Was that why?
Yeah, no. She's like, no, it's not you, it's just my mom just died, and so her mom had just died like earlier that week, and she goes, she goes, yeah, right, she goes on a date, and I'm like, honestly. As soon as those words came out, my mom just died, it turned into a therapy session. It was no longer a date. It was like, why the fuck are you on a date when your mom just died?
Right.
Looking for a therapist.
Right. And she got one for the whole night. And
you're a good guy.
I turned into just tell me about it. Like, what do you miss most about her? Just let me know, like, you know. And we talked for the.
Did she have a crazy vibe to her?
She had a crazy like. I'm not going on a date. I'm going on a therapist. Someone talked to me because my mom just died type vibe to her. And, like, we had a good time, but it was no longer a date. It was me being like, all right, well, I can't imagine what I would be like if my mom just died. And maybe rather than judge, just sit and listen. Yeah. And I listened for the next 2.5 hours.
That's a good, kind-hearted human thing to do in that situation.
But that was the worst date I've ever had.
Yes, I know. I understand. Understandably so. It wasn't really a date. It wasn't really a date.
She's like, "Can we see each other again?" I'm like, "I think you need to work on you for a little while."
Right.
Yeah.
But you guys asked me what's the worst date. I think that's the one that's the most memorable / worst of all of them.
It's pretty bad.
So I'll have to say that. You're going to get the catfishes, and they're going to get the catfishes, where you don't look anything like your 7 years ago profile picture.
Right.
You just got to hope that they look
Dude,
something
I've been
like
fooled by myself, much less the phone. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you meet a girl at a bar. You're probably kind of like many drinks in at this point, and you talk.
Oh.
And then you go out on a date, and it's just nothing like you remember.
Yeah.
I mean, that's happened to me a couple times.
Beer goggles.
I don't even trust myself.
Yeah.
Much less photos.
Even those Asians.
It was not with an Asian. Do you remember? Who man remembers this? Who man, you remember this, right?
Yeah. What?
It was one of the times you visited me. We went to that O'Hara's bar in Westwood, and I met this girl.
Met that chick? Yeah.
And didn't she seem alright that night?
So long ago. Yeah, she seemed cool. Seemed cute. Seemed cool.
Well.
Turns out
when we met up, it turns out she was a chubbo. It was just weird. It was just bizarre. But you know what? Here's my thing. I think at the end of the day, it really, with online dating.
I hate that at the end of the day.
Why do you hate that?
It's so annoying at the end of the day. Like, at the end of the day.
It's a phrase I use all the time.
So to fill in our viewers' chance to yell from the kitchen, I hate that.
I bet the mic caught
end of the day.
I hope
so.
It caught it.
Yeah. Anyway, go on at the end of the day. Just say in conclusion.
All right. In conclusion, I think that most online dating that comes down to just the picture. I really do.
Of course.
So there's these questions.
Yeah.
Like the apps try to get.
That's our pizza. Let's
get
pause.
it.
Should we pause this operation?
Let's just end it.
Okay.
Let's just.
This was episode 8 of the.
Let me finish my thoughts.
Oh, sorry.
God damn it. You know what my thought was.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, we'll go down.
Thanks for listening. We're gonna do a drunk podcast later tonight. Drunky later tonight.
Yeah, it's lit.
It's lit.
Stop.